Hey everyone, it's Colin. How's it going? I'm starting up a brand new video series. Stick around, let's talk about it. Okay, so here's the story. Almost a year ago, I decided to cut down how often I would release videos. A lot of that really was due to the amount of free time that I had available, and that's still the case. I really only have so much free time. I do have a full-time job other than doing YouTube. The decision was largely because I didn't want to reduce the quality of the videos. I had put a lot of effort into trying to build up the quality of my videos, try to make them look as good as they can, to try and get them to stand out. And continuing on a once-a-week release cycle while maintaining that quality became pretty much impossible. And I ended up creating some filler videos that, while they went over well, I wasn't terribly proud of. Now, I've been on this once every about 2 weeks kind of release cycle for almost a year now, and it still kind of bugs me. I feel like I'm not really coming out with videos as often as I want, or as often really as you all deserve. And so I've been trying to bat around all these different ideas. What can I do to try and get you more content, or at least content more frequently, with what amount of time I have? And I think this is going to be the way I'm going to do it. Now, right up front, I'm going to say I'm going to keep creating the same high quality videos that I always have. And chances are they're going to stay at that once about every 2 weeks kind of release rate, because that's about how fast I can make them. This series is going to be a new kind of supplemental series that's going to go along with it. And I'm going to do my absolute best to get you a new episode every week. How I'm doing it is I'm basically taking advantage of time that I already have that I can't really use for much else. Namely, the time that I spend commuting to and from work. So that's why you're in the car with me right now. I take about a half an hour to get to and from work every day. That's time spent wasted otherwise. I mean, I obviously need to drive the car, but I can't do a whole lot of other productive stuff during that time, at least in terms of, editing a video or writing a script or doing a voiceover or whatever. But I can stick a camera on the corner of my windshield and talk to you. So that's what we're going to do. I'm calling this new series, This Does Not Commute. Yeah, it's kind of a lame title, I know, but it is a bit of a play on words, and it makes sense given the name of the channel. And it also kind of describes what's going on. The format of the video is going to be this. It's going to be a lot simpler in terms of production. I'm not going to go whole hog with multiple cameras and all of the same kind of involved production that I do with a normal video. It's really just going to be you listening to me blather on about whatever. What I blather on about is actually going to be dictated by you all. I'm going to pick one topic per video. I'm not going to do this as some kind of random smorgasbord of saying different things and just, turning it into kind of a personal diary kind of a deal. I'm going to pick a topic that sounds interesting based off of your suggestions, and I'm going to spend the entire time talking about it. The videos could be 10 minutes long, they could be half an hour long. I'm hoping for them to be a bit on the longer side, because again, I think that's content that you want. But no matter what I'm going to really try to do is give you one every week. I'm planning on having those be on Fridays so that I can kind of stagger things out. So the full quality videos that you already get about every other week, those I think will stay on Tuesdays. You can expect these videos to be on Fridays, give you something to watch over the weekend maybe. In the comments of each week's video, feel free to go ahead and give me suggestions for what you want me to talk about in the upcoming week. I'll actually try to shoot the video very close to when I release it so it can be fairly timely. Of course, if an idea gets stuck in my head that I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. It's my channel and my videos after all. But otherwise, I really want this to be kind of up to you what you want to know about. Whether you just want me to tell stories about a particular topic, if I've got experience with it, or if you want my opinion on something, really whatever, go ahead, make suggestions down there. The one thing that I do ask of you is that not all the videos be video gaming related. Not that I don't want to talk about video games, I do, but I don't want to become a video gaming only channel. I've got more knowledge and experience than that. And we've seen this with other channels as well. There's lots of channels that I watch that grow beyond just video games. For example, if you're a fan of lazy game reviews, you may think, well, based on the title, all he does is talk about video games. But he actually spends a lot of videos talking about retro computing and retro technology as well. Another channel that I watch is Techmoan. You may have heard of him. He started out reviewing car dash cams. And while he still does a decent number of those, he's grown into doing other topics as well that are maybe tangentially related. I want to do the same thing. I don't want to just be the guy that shows you how to do mods to old game consoles. I love doing them, and you respond very well to them, and I appreciate that. But let's be honest, at some point there's only going to be so many more of those videos that I can do. There's only so many mods that can be made for consoles like that. And while the economy of that is actually surprisingly strong, especially given the age that we're in here, there really are so many new ideas that you can have for dealing with older consoles. So I just want to kind of grow a bit, let's say. So go ahead and make suggestions for video game stuff. I'm happy again to talk about that. But if there's stuff you want to talk about not related to video games, retro technology, computing, audio, content creation, anything like that. I gotta wait for the ramp mute here because they suck. There we go. And you'll, by the way, you'll get some weird interjections like that too. I'm gonna try and do a minimal amount of editing to these videos. I mean, if I end up absolutely having to go off on somebody because traffic sucks or whatever, I'll probably cut that out. But you'll get the occasional pause as I try to negotiate through traffic here. But go ahead and make suggestions for other technology stuff that you're curious about that maybe seems, up my alley. Or current event kind of things. I mean, this is going to be a once a week video. I do want my videos to remain timeless in a way. That's something that I really try to work on with the videos that I've been making so far, is to not make them become dated after a certain point. I don't want someone to watch a video 3 or 4 years later after it was released and have that video not only seem dated, but become irrelevant, really, to the time at which that person watched it. I do try to include caveats in videos about, like, well, as I filmed this is the way this thing is, and that sort of thing. But this series is kind of an opportunity to maybe be a little bit more current. We can talk about things that may have relatively recently happened. Because let's be honest, I don't think people are going to be too interested in watching what's essentially a video blog or a video podcast, 3 years later. Even if it is focused on one topic, really. By nature, those topics are going to be fairly rooted in current events or the time at which they're filmed. So I'm not too worried about that. But in any event, I really appreciate the support. I hope you like this series. Feel free to leave suggestions as long as they're constructive. You've been really good about that so far, and I appreciate that a lot. In fact, I appreciate all constructive type feedback that I get. Yeah, of course, I get my fair share of trolls, people calling me names, giving me crap, whatever. It happens. I let it roll off. It's no big deal. But some of you give me words of encouragement. I really appreciate that. Some of you give me suggestions for the future or include your 2 cents. Maybe I do a video about how to do something. And some of you have written some very extensive, like multiple paragraphs, notes on your own experiences doing a certain thing and how they may have been the same as mine and how they've been different. That's awesome. I really appreciate that, because not only do all the other viewers who read that comment learn something, but I learn from it too. I try to read through as many comments as I can. I can't get to all of them, and of course I can't reply to all of them. But I really do try to take in as much as I can and really learn from the channel however I can. This is as much a learning experience for me as it can be for you. Granted, it is for me in a different way, in that I'm really kind of learning the mechanics of YouTube and video production and that sort of thing, which is a continually evolving frontier. So I don't think that learning is ever going to end. But the other thing that really helps keep me going is some of you simply leave comments saying, hey, I watched this video, it helped. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, that really helps me out the most, because it just lets me know that there's a cop coming up behind me. You can watch him go rolling by here in a minute. That just really lets me know that what I'm doing is valued. I don't know what, oh, there's a wreck. What did they do? Oh, wow, they hit like the median real bad at high speed. Was he not paying attention? Well, dude was standing outside of his car. So that'll stay in. Doesn't look like he was hurt, considering he was standing there talking on his cell phone. So it still sucks no matter what. Anyway, yeah, so this is real life. This is real life. This is intended to be not so tightly edited and tightly kind of curated as my regular videos. Lets me speak a little bit more freely. You're going to hear a lot more ums and uhs and everything than you do when I go through kind of a normal script. And I kind of want it to be that way. The other thing that I'll also note is that I'm not setting any of the parameters or requirements for this video in stone. I'm not going to say guaranteed you're going to get a video every Friday, about one topic, whatever. I want to be flexible with this. If it looks like there's a couple of kind of related topics that you want me to talk about, maybe I'll put them both in one video. If it looks like this becomes a format that's better split, maybe the videos end up too long, and it looks like you'd rather have a small chunk every day. An example being Pat the NES Punk has his podcast. Every time they change topics, he'll cut that into a different video, and he'll release like 1 or 2 videos a day. Maybe I end up doing that. I'm really open to suggestion on this. I don't want to be stuck doing this series a certain way just because in the very first video I said this is the way it is, and no matter what, I'm going to do it that way. No, I want to be flexible, and I want to produce the content that you all want to see. So with that, I've already gone on for too long, and fair warning, you may get some of that in the videos too, where I just kind of blather on for too long, and I'm going to try to get better at that. But again, this kind of comes back to the whole, I don't want to have to edit too much with these. I just want to be able to upload them and, minimal editing, some audio correction, maybe cut out, like I said, the occasional flip out at bad traffic, whatever. But in any event, this is what we're going to be doing going forward. If it looks like it sucks, then I'll just kill it. I'm hoping it's not going to suck, though. I'm hoping that you like it. So hit me up with comments in the comments of this video, what you want to see for next time or a future time. I'll try and keep them all in mind. If you like this video, I would totally appreciate a thumbs up, because those help me out quite a bit. What also helps is if you would subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click the button. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at thisisnotcomp. And as always, thanks for watching.